about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics.
Around the YouTube, it is Charles here, and today I want to talk about Kendra, #1 from Antarctic Press. This is a book I took a chance on. I like the feel of the cover, some of the art style that I saw, so I figured, what the hey? It looks like a little something that I'd already be into, kind of Red Sonja Warrior vibes. And Antarctic Press, they're known for getting independent artists out there. And I really enjoyed this book. I'm not going to give you a play-by-play, blow-by-blow, but just a few of my impressions and different aspects of the book that I enjoyed and I think you might enjoy. Because getting into the book and discovering it for yourself is the fun of comics. But I will say, when I first started with the first page, I was a little bit hesitant because we see here that she is dressed in the chainmail bikini that is that Red Sonja is known for. And we saw earlier this past year kind of a tribute to Red Sonja in the series Babs, which is kind of a Deadpool-esque character that really borrowed heavily from Red Sonja. And while I enjoyed that, I did not want to see another rehash of a Red Sonja knockoff. But we find out that this first part of her in that chainmail bikini is a dream sequence. And so I thought it was a very clever way of letting the reader know what you're in for. Yeah, you're going to be getting this kind of sword and sorcery story, but that's reminiscent, or you may even pay tribute to Red Sonja, but you're not getting a knockoff Red Sonja. So I thought that that was a fun and clever way of getting insight into this character. And pretty much she is what she calls sellsword. I guess you would call the modern equivalent a mercenary who is down on her luck, kind of a wanderer. And she's trying to find work in this small village, but every opportunity she comes across, either they don't want to work with a woman, or she's too short, or she's too small, and she is running into frustration after frustration until she discovers a help wanted sign and a young man whose village had been destroyed and whose family had been murdered, and he is looking to hire her to help him gain revenge. And that is what sets us off on the story. But the character, I really like her. She is a bit vulgar, morally gray, but leaning more onto the good side. And she has these internal, I don't know if it's monologues or if they're actually sentient beings, but her sword talks to her, and it's like this good angel, bad angel, kind of trying dynamic between her inner thoughts, trying to guide her one way or the other, which is another fun aspect of the book. And it ends with a big cliffhanger at the end of a skirmish. I really, really enjoyed this book, and from the time when I opened the first page, I thought one thing, but by the time I got to the last page, and it is a wordy, big book, but it read like a breeze because it was very engaging. By the time I got to the last page, I had completely changed my thought on it. And at page 1, I thought, okay, this is going to be a one and done. I don't care about this character. But a few pages in, I started to care about the character. And by the last page, I had decided that I ain't going to get on board with this limited series. I think this is, I don't want to mislead you. I think somewhere it mentioned that it was #1 of 3. But yeah, this is going to be part 1. So I am wrong. Yeah, on the cover it says part 1 of 3. So it is a limited series. And while it is a little bit more on the expensive side at the $4.99 price point, $15 is not bad for a good story. And like I said, the book is very thick, so you're not going to be getting ripped off on content. And if you want my opinion on it, This is a very, very good series, especially if you are a fan of Red Sonja and Conan stories. So that's my thought. Kendra, Antarctic Press. This is the #1 issue. Get it at your local comic book store. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep reading books. I'm out.